I became very militant.
Right.
Like to the point where
you were like, absolutely not.
It was unbearable to be around me.
Yeah.
Because I was living with my dad at the time in Jersey because that's where I went to school and I was commuting, and I would literally look at my dad, take him his milk carton, dump it in his face and say, "Not your mom, not your milk." Okay? And I would write chicken periods. I would cross out the eggs and write chicken periods on his egg cartons. I would harass him to the point where, I mean, I'm right. Morally,
you're not wrong, but
no. But I think that there are, in my opinion, more effective ways about going about getting the message through to him, which maybe it works for some people, but for him, it was just making him more and more resistant.
Yeah, he was like, my daughter is crazy. What the fuck?
Not only this, I started, when I tell you I was at a protest almost every single day, I was like, it was the first thing I thought about when I woke up, the last thing I thought about before bed. I was losing who I was, who Jamie was. In high school, I was a funny, charismatic, very easygoing, go with the flow person. I never got political with people. I always wanted to like keep things light and fun, and I wanted to treat people with kindness and make people happy. Like that's who I am. And I was losing who I was.
Right.
And so back in, I guess it was 2022, I was working for a film company and I was just editing horrific animal slaughter footage
you were
all
just
day long.
angry.
And my boss at the time said to me, "I want to come and film one of your AV cubes." And we filmed one of the AV cubes. Long story short, I'm going to wrap it up. But
get to the point. Where's your burnout? Because it sounds like you were like lighting the fire. You weren't burning out. You were like,
This is the fucking burnout. You're not listening.
I'm listening.
I then started Jamie's Corner, which is the show that I have now.
You had to put yourself in a corner to relax. You were like,
yeah, I had to be restrained. The whips came out. So I'm like, I'm now in my Jamie's Corner era and I'm doing my street style interviews. And I think I'm being just as effective as I was before, but it's sustainable. That's the key word. It's fun for me to do. It's sustainable. And I think that it is reaching the people I want to reach in a more effective way.
Something that I'm working on right now is like not losing yourself and remembering the lightness and joy and like charismatic aspect of your personality that is also a gift, and that is also a way to help transform people.
Because if people focus on the way that the message is, they focus on the way the message is delivered a lot of the time rather than the actual message.
Because people don't really listen.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some self-care tips as well. And as I have matured as an individual and as I've practiced more self-care and gotten very into yoga and spirituality, I have learned, too, that veganism means being kind to all living beings.
And that means humans, too.
Yes. People think that it's only a selfless action, which going vegan, it is selfless in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But when you look at karma and you look at what you're doing and what you're putting out, that comes back to you.
Right.
So if you're treating others with kindness, kindness will be returned to you in so many other ways. And I think going vegan is the bare minimum. It's a great place to start. And then from there, you can advocate for other things. But remembering who you really are, and I think who we really are inside of us, our true nature is happiness. Yeah. And it is joy. And when we act from that place and we show people that we are rooting for you, we want you to be healthier. We want you to live a longer life. We want you to also live a life that doesn't cause as much suffering to others.
Right. Because most people want to do something impactful on this planet, right? We just don't know how to balance very well.
So many people are living in a state where they're working paycheck to paycheck and they're trying to just survive. And it's like they're just going to get food and they're trying to put a house over their family's heads. And they don't have that time to sit down, reflect, and be like, okay, let me take care of myself.
Be realistic.
Let me pause. Yeah. And actually, my friend Marissa said this to me the other day. She says, I think now that I've taken time off of work, she transitioned out of her very demanding job. She said that she's had the time to reflect, and that actually that silence and that pause is making her more drawn towards going vegan because she's having the time to think about what she's eating, what she's ingesting and putting into her body. And so I think a lot of people are in this state of like, go, 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 and they're not reflecting.
And they dismiss anything that's foreign, they don't get. They're like, challenge their beliefs.
They're like, I do enough.
Right. And I understand it. I also was there.